I'm pretty sure we all have the same problem. We all buy up patterns like they're going out of style, and statistically, we do not have time to stitch them all. Or maybe your oldest whip is looking at you from the bottom shelf of the bookcase while you buy 3 more full coverage patterns. I think it's safe to say that if you are a cross stitcher, you have a problem with too many patterns and not enough time. So today I am bringing you this FlossTube extra of what am I not stitching. So these are all the patterns that I have not started. I have no plans to start in the near future. They're just kind of sitting in my cross stitch patterns folder on my computer. So let's get started and go back in time and visit my oldest pattern I've purchased that I haven't stitched. The first one that I bought is off of Etsy, and the pattern file name is CL Small, and that's about all I know about it. It's really beautiful though. I picked it because I really liked the colors and I liked the big red sun on it, and I like landscapes and stuff, so I bought it. And I think this was before I really got into like FlossTube, and all of you enablers were out there, and I was doing more like one project at a time, and then I started to try different things and do full coverage and stuff. So this is one that I probably will never get to. I know technically it's kind of full coverage, but it's one that I probably won't stitch ever. I don't know. We'll see. It's so pretty, but it's just not like, it's not in the cards. It's not in the cards. So the next one I bought is Thor My Stuff, which is from Circus Stitches on Etsy. And I originally bought this one because I was going to stitch it on a bag. But if you have been here since the beginning, or you've watched my old floss tubes and you've heard about the bag saga, yeah, it's not going to happen. So I think eventually I will stitch this one on a bag. It just depends on how I feel and how much time I have. It's a quote from one of my favorite movies, Thor Ragnarok, and it says, "Behold my stuff." And I thought it would be really cute on a bag, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Maybe eventually. This one's like in the maybe pile for sure. So there's going to be a running theme in this video of patterns from the Needle and Floss. I was on her Patreon, and so we got a free pattern every month. So I have a lot of them. And obviously when you're getting a new pattern from the same designer every month, you're not really going to get to all of them. So this is the first pattern that I actually bought from her before I was on her Patreon. And it is a PlayStation remote. And I originally got it for my husband. I was going to stitch it for him. But I think I just got like distracted by like shinier things, you know? But I did stitch up her Switch remotes, if you remember, and they're basically kind of the same. And I have more. There's more. Don't worry. But this one I probably will eventually stitch when I'm feeling like I need something small and a quick win. I'll definitely try to stitch this one up just because it'll be fun and it'll look cool in my husband's office. So the next one is the 12 Movie Nights of Christmas. It was a stitch along by Atomic Tiki Pins, and this one will probably never get stitched. I'll put it out there right now, but it was a mystery sal, and so they released the center motif, which I still really like the center motif. But like as the movies kind of got added, I kind of like lost interest in it, and now like, and it was quick, like they were releasing like a new movie every 4 days or something. So it was one that I bought into late and probably would never finish on time with them anyway. But yeah, now that like it's out and I know all the movies on it and everything, I just kind of lost interest on it. So I probably will never stitch this one, but I have it if one day I decided I do. So this next one is a needle and floss pattern that I got from her Patreon, and it is a Zelda Biscornu. I don't even know if I'm saying right. I don't even know what it is. It looks like a pincushion to me. I don't know what you're supposed to do with it, but I do like the pattern on it. It's Zelda themed, so I might like stitch on it eventually and like, but not turn it into the Biscornu thing. I might just stitch it if I need something little or just quick. it would be perfect for that, like a little travel stitch or something. I don't know. Okay, there's going to be a lot of needle and floss right now because I went through a spree, if you will. So the next one is these triangles that I got from her, and I like the geometry of them and everything, and I thought it would be fun to change the colors and make it a little more personal. But yeah, I just haven't like gotten around to doing that one. And then I got one of her Patreon exclusives, which is a Tetris pattern. I love Tetris. And so I was excited about a Tetris pattern. But again, I don't know if I'll ever get around to stitching it, but I have it and it's super cool. So looking forward to maybe eventually stitching that one. And then the last needle and floss, I think for now, is the Game Boy. I actually really like this one. I think I'm more inclined to stitch this one than any of the other ones that I have sitting around. Just because, you know, it's a Game Boy and it's blue and I like blue. So we'll see if that ever gets done, but I like that one. The next two I bought from Etsy from Cross Stitch Pattern, very creative name. And they're both astronaut themed. I like astronauts. We have this huge picture in our dining room of two astronauts laying in some flowers. So I really liked this other one of astronauts in the flowers. And so I got this pattern, which is an astronaut helmet, and it has the flowers coming out of it. I think it's super cool. I really like it. I actually think that I will stitch this one eventually. When I get around to it, I really like it. It's so cute, and the flowers and everything. And then the next one, the same designer, it's an astronaut who is riding a T-Rex through space. And I absolutely love this one. I actually might stitch this one, start this one like relatively soon. I got the pattern originally to make for my nephew because he really likes dinosaurs. And I think I might stitch it for him. His birthday's in May, so I think I have enough time to do it. It's not very big, so hopefully I can make it happen. It's so cute. I really like this one a lot, so maybe look forward to seeing me stitch it up. Okay, so you are all very familiar with my Deathly Hallows stitch. It's actually Death and the Three Brothers, and it's like Starry Night themed. I bought that pattern from Thread Geeks, and then they sent me an email saying they were discontinuing a bunch of the Starry Night ones, all of the Starry Night ones actually. So I was like, oh my God, I have to go on there and make sure there aren't any other ones that I want to do. So I jumped on there, and all of the art was by the same artist, DJ Vigo, and I got a Zelda pattern, which I really like. It's mostly black, so I'll probably stitch it on black Ada because that's a lot of black to stitch. And it doesn't need to be stitched. It's fine. We can just stitch around it in the colors. So I will likely do that one eventually for sure. And then I also got a Starry Night Hogwarts that I probably will end up stitching for my sister because she's been eyeing my Deathly Hallows one. She asked me the other day, what are you going to do with that when you're done? And I'm like, I'm going to hang it on my wall. I'm keeping it. So maybe I will do the Hogwarts one for her because it's also super cool. So after I went to the Starry Night ones, I was like scrolling through to find other ones that I may like that I wanted to get before they were discontinued. So I did get these two like book patterns. The first one is the Harry Potter trio. So it's like an open book, and it has Harry Potter stuff coming out of it. I really liked how it was like an open book thing. And this is another one we'll probably get stitched on Black Ada because, or maybe like a fun color. I don't know. We'll see. But I do want to do this one eventually along with the Alice in Wonderland that I got. I likely will do Alice in Wonderland first before I do the Hogwarts or the Harry Potter one. So yeah. But again, like I have so many patterns. I don't have time to stitch all these, but I do really like those ones. So I will eventually stitch those ones as well. And the artist on those two is Dan Dangeros Designs. So they're discontinued. You cannot find them anymore on Thread Geeks. So I'm really glad that I got them and have them. And eventually I will stitch them. Just that day is not today. The next one I bought off of Etsy. It's from Tiny Cross Stitches and it's called Red Planet. I bought this one because I thought it was going to be my F1 stitch because I was going to stitch for Ferrari, so I needed something red. So I basically just went online and it was like red ones. And then I wanted something easy that I didn't really have to pay attention to. And this one I bought and just, I will never stitch it really. I didn't really love it that much in the first place. So yeah, this one's kind of like dead in the water. I won't be stitching it anytime, probably ever. Really, there's so much other things to stitch. I can't waste my time on stitches that I don't like, you know? Like that's just not gonna happen. The next one is from Pigeon Coop Designs, and I do really like a lot of his patterns, but they're not really like, I want to do more full coverage stuff, so it's kind of like meh, down there. But I did get the 3 pines, which I really like. It's 3 little pine trees, and it has 2 motifs. It's got like a summer and a winter one. I really like those ones. I think they're super cute. I will stitch them eventually. And then I also got the Flower Farm, which is one of my favorite patterns he has ever put out. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's just like a flower farm, and it's got the path leading up to the little house, and I really love that one. I will stitch that one eventually. I love it. I like, he posted it and I remember being like, oh my gosh, that one's so beautiful. But he sells kits, so he was selling the kit first, and then when it finally became PDF available, I was like, oh, I have to buy it. So I've got those 2 from Pigeon Coop Designs. Then I have a Game Boy Advance from Needle and Floss. Again, this is one I probably won't stitch. It was one of the Patreon exclusives that we got, or not exclusives. You can buy these in her shop now, except for the Tetris one. And this one uses like blended threads and stuff, so it's a little unique. But I don't know if I'll get to it ever. Sorry. And I think this is one of my last ones from Needle and Floss because she is taking a break from doing Patreon patterns and stuff. And it is a Pokeball, and it's kind of reminds me of Denver. So I might stitch it eventually because it has like the mountains and the city and the snow and everything. It's actually a really cute design. I just haven't gotten around to stitching it. So the next 2 are from Alliston Embroidery on Etsy, and they are the handbook for the recently deceased. I will definitely stitch this one at some point. I don't know on what, maybe something fun, but it is one that I do definitely want to stitch. And then the other one is Stay Salty, which I will be stitching on a bag. I think I'm going to finish up my makeup bag with the cactuses on it, and then I'll start this one. I want to change the colors too, so I'm going to do some color converting for it because my bag is like teal and this has like reds and blacks and stuff in it. So I kind of thought it would be fun to like make it like almost like neon electric or something to go with the teal bag. So we'll see what I end up doing. It'll be like sitting in the back of the Michaels with all the stuff and like laying it all out. People will come around the corner and be like, what is happening? But that's my plan, to do that and find some fun colors that'll look really good and really pop on that teal bag. I didn't realize how many patterns that I own that I haven't stitched or won't stitch until I put them out in this list and tried to figure out why I haven't stitched any of them. But the next one is the bookcase, which is by Galliana Designs. I think she was closing her store and somebody posted it on Instagram, and I'm a big sucker for that. So I was like, yeah, I'll go buy something from the store. And I got this bookshelf and it's really cool. I want to do it on some like crazy fabric. Like I never really have messed around with like dyed fabrics and stuff like that. So I think I kind of want to do something like that with it. And then I want to do like a variegated thread or something fun. I don't know. I'll be going to my LNS and they have like little trays pulling out, and I will be pulling out every tray trying to figure out what I want to do. It'll be a long process, but it's really cool. I love books and bookcases and everything, so I'm excited about that. And keeping with the library theme, we're gonna roll with the books here. I also got one called Monochrome Library, which is from Stitching Jewels Designs. and it is exactly that, a monochrome library. I really like architecture and stuff in Stitches, so I really like how it has the arch in it, and it kind of has the leading lines to the back. And this is another one that I kind of want to do on a funky fabric with some funky thread and just kind of like really make it unique and my own. I might not stitch the sides all the way. I might crop it a little bit. She does have a mini library one set up, but I just wanted a little bit more on the sides than what she had in the mini one. So I was just like, I'll just get the big one and I'll size it down how I feel like sizing it down. Eventually I do want to do these two. So I don't know when that will happen. Maybe once I get through some of my other smaller projects, I can start one of these, which are not small projects, but compared to like the big full coverages, they are a little small. So that's all of the ones that I have bought and I have not stitched. Going from the oldest to the newest, I did buy some from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I also bought one from Etsy that magically ended in my cart. But I'm actually going to be starting the tea room, which I found on Etsy soon. I ordered the fabric and everything for it, so I'm very excited to get started on that one. But if you want to see those other hates that I bought, I will pop a little card up here for you guys to go check it out in my latest FlossTube video. And spoiler alert, I did buy 2 more patterns last night. So see, I told you I have a problem, and I bought them from Tilton Crafts. So, but I'm gonna wait to share those until my next FlossTube update. So you'll have to tune in if you want to see what those ones are. I'm very excited about them. I also was perusing the Mirabilia website because I keep seeing people doing their fancy ladies, and I kind of want to do one of their fancy ladies or their mermaids. So I didn't buy anything. I did not buy anything, but I did kind of browse. So we'll see if that ever happens. But for now, thank you so much for going on this little journey through time with me of all of the patterns I've bought. I'm sure there are people out there who have way more patterns that they have bought and it's sitting around than I do. I try not to buy patterns that I don't think I'm going to stitch eventually. I don't want to have that pressure on myself, I guess. I don't want to be 85-year-old and being like, but I never finished my whip. Eventually I want to finish things. So trying not to buy more patterns for now. Maybe I'll put like spending freeze unless it's like a limited edition or something like that for the rest of the year. That sounds like a good idea. Just stitch what I have for right now. But you know, that never happens. That's not going to work out. So I'm sure in 2 months I'll be back being like, I've got more patterns, guys. Yay. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to sound off in the comments about like which one was your favorite, which one you think I should definitely stitch first versus some of the other ones, I'd love to hear your opinions. I probably will disregard them, but I love to hear them. I want to know what you guys think are the coolest ones that I have that I haven't stitched yet. So put that down in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm trying to reach 800 subscribers and I'm so close. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't, if you want to see more content like this. And if you're already subscribed, you can always leave me a like so I know that you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.